Well, after Hamas took control of Gaza in 2007, it began indoctrinating children in anti-Semitism and jihad. In 2021, CBN News reported on so-called summer youth camps run by terrorist groups in Gaza. As Chris Mitchell reports, it provided a chilling preview of what happened on October 7th.
Summer camps usually focus on fun through swimming, sports, and fellowship. In the Gaza Strip, however, Hamas and Islamic Jihad use them to instill a dangerous message. Leaders labeled these gatherings the Summer of Liberation.
We did not come here to enjoy ourselves or to play or anything like that. We came with our souls, our blood, our martyrs, and are wounded to sacrifice ourselves for Palestine and for our people.
This promotional video urged students of all grade levels, from primary through college, to participate. Activities included target practice involving AK-47s, anti-tank weapons, and video simulations.
So that in the next phase, Allah willing, these boys will be able to confront the plundering enemy and disfigure its face in the next war.
In May of 2021, Hamas and other Islamic groups used the name the Sword of Jerusalem when describing that year's 11-day war with Israel. Their goal? Prepare the coming generation for the next war.
We say to the enemy, these children picked up these weapons, and we train them how to use them, as well as how to take security measures, so that they will follow in the footsteps of their fathers and take up arms, Allah willing.
These young men and boys learned anti-Semitism at an early age.
We asked Hitler why he left some of you alive. He did so in order to show us how wicked you are. We will come to you from under the ground and hammer fear into your hearts, and above the ground we will tear your bodies apart with our rockets. Scram into the shelters, you mice, you sons of Jewish women.
When viewing the footage of the summer camp side by side with the attacks from October 7th, it's sobering evidence of how that training became reality, with the devastating results of 1,200 Israelis murdered and 240 kidnapped. In an interview with NBC News, Israeli President Isaac Herzog revealed this terror training to the world.
Let me show you a document, a highly confidential, strictly confidential document, which we just unraveled from the Hamas headquarters. It's a brochure, which is a directive by the commanders of Hamas as to how to manage summer camps for children in order to disseminate the values of jihad. It says it clearly, to disseminate the values of jihad and the values of the resistance, meaning terror, and how to make it a militarized society.
Herzog compared these camps of hatred to what's instilled in other parts of the world.
Whilst we all know what summer camps are and what they're aimed for and what a wonderful experience it is to enable youngsters, kids and adults, adolescents to become citizens of the free world with liberties, with happiness, with joy, with sports, here the entire aim is to make them terrorists.
Given the results, it appears clear Hamas's goal of training the next generation for jihad tragically succeeded on October 7th. Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.
Well, Hamas is clearly making child soldiers, and that's the whole intent here. But it's not just there. In the aftermath of October 7th, we showed the video of people celebrating on the streets in the West Bank. And a little girl holding what looked like an AK-47, and she was on her father's shoulders. This is a generational thing. It's been happening for generations. And here's the absolute incredible fact. Our tax dollars are going into these summer camps. Everything that UNRWA is doing is part of this. It's all being funded by the UN, and we are the biggest donor to UNRWA in the world. Under President Trump, the funding to UNRWA stopped. Now it's been reinstated. It's been going on for decades. As American citizens, we should say, no, not on our watch. You don't get to train children to be soldiers, and you're not going to do it with our tax dollars. But it's more than that. It's more than just the training in UNRWA. They have terrorists as members of their staff, so they're being paid a salary. And then you look at the Palestinian Authority in the West Bank, the martyr payments that are based on how many Jews did you kill and how severe was your terrorist attack. You have the absolute corruption of the leadership of both Hamas and the Palestinian Authority. Yasser Arafat died a billionaire. He didn't get that in the stock market. He got it by skimming off international payments. Hamas leaderships, they live in luxury. They don't even live in Gaza. They live in luxury, and they're doing it on the back of our tax dollars. What's happening is absolutely corrupt. They're training their children to kill Jews, and they're paying terrorists to commit terrorism, and they're doing it with our tax dollars.